Stand by. I'm trying to get going again. Oh boy. Trying to get the laptop set up. Come on. Okay. Forgot one step. See if that'll fix it. Ah, getting there. I'm getting there. Hang on. Okay. Now if we'll just get okay, no moderators. Okay, I'm back. Whoa. I started this hangout about an hour and a half ago. And let me turn the radio down. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I sure can. Oh, turn the sound down on my laptop. There we go. Okay, we're getting there. Bear with me. Where are we at here? Okay. Wow. Like I said, I had the idea of doing a hangout tonight about an hour ago, and started setting up. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to get my laptop, my old laptop, running so that I could use it to monitor the chat room, like I had set up about a week ago. Well, the darn old laptop, the power switch wouldn't work. I was like, what? Why is the power switch all of a sudden not working? So I tried and I tried and I tried, and I could not get that laptop to come on. I've got a bunch of computers. They're all old computers, because at one time, up until beginning of this year, I used to recycle computers. And the way I recycled them is I would get them free or back, basically nothing, for nothing. And I would fix them up, and then I would give them to people who their computer broke and they couldn't fix it, or they had been going to the library because they couldn't afford a computer. So I just give them away. Well, that got to be a hassle because people wanted newer and newer and newer computers. And of course, I was just getting computers that people were abandoning. And so now I got all these computers left over. But they all kind of work and don't work and whatever. None of them are perfect. So I was using one of those the last hangout I did, and it was working pretty good. I could see what I was broadcasting, and I could see the chat room. So I was going to use that tonight. Now, it wouldn't, the power button wouldn't work, which it was intermittent before, but I was always, within a minute got it on. Well, tonight it decided it was not going to go on. So I started scrounging around for another laptop. And what I needed is, I don't have network capability down in my workshop. So everything has to be wireless. So I was looking for a laptop that the wireless worked and the monitor or the screen wasn't cracked. Well, I found this one, and somebody had given me this, and I had really not done anything with it, but I knew it worked, and I knew the wireless worked, screen works. The hinges on the screen don't work, and it's held up by a string because the hinges don't work. So I got it up and running, but the software was so old, it didn't have a working version of an Internet Explorer. So what I did is I have a little USB dongle, includes Firefox and Chrome. So I started Firefox to get on the internet so that I could download Chrome. That's what I normally use. And I got that working. So we're here. We're here finally. Now, my original intent was to do some shortwave listening at night. I typically am an early person. I get up at like 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning at night. Well, I thought, what the heck? Band conditions are usually better at night, here at least, and especially to stations over in Europe. I'm, of course, in Florida, United States, and sure enough, and I'm going to do a screen share, or attempt to do a screen share right now, do a full screen share, so you'll see this mirror effect initially. There it is. And then I'll minimize this. And there's my Fifi SDR running on SDR console version 3. I believe this is version 3. Let me hide this little thing here. So as you can see, the bands are just booming tonight. And where I stopped was on 7.520, which could be, let me go back here to, where is it? Here it is, short-wave.info, 7520, it says it's either India Radio, which I don't think it is, or it's Nashville, Tennessee, which it probably is, because it's booming in. So let's go back to that. Then I'll turn the volume back up. Yeah, you can. I don't know if you can hear that. The other situation I have is when I came out in my workshop tonight, it was 88 degrees out here. So I had to turn on the little wall air conditioner. So it's blasting away. And so that's making a lot of background noise. Let me go down and look at the chat. See who's there. Flip the screen. Bud is there. Hello, Bud. Larry. And W5MRM. And Watershed 44. And the MW2 Informer. And W2 Informer, I'm in Clearwater, Florida in the US. I'm on the west coast of Florida. And Ash Smith. And I think, W5MRM from San Antonio. And Manuel, you're kidding me. You know where Clearwater is. It's right across the bay from you. And Jim, I can't believe Jim L is here. Hey, Jim from Canada. Wow, we got quite a crowd tonight for something that I scheduled about 15 minutes in advance because, as I said before, it took me an hour and a half to get a laptop working so I could monitor the chat page. And I'm pretty amazed that this old desktop, which is a dual-core desktop, an old Dell, is able to run my Fifi SDR software, which in this case is SDR console version 3, and run the Hangout, and it's running my webcam all at the same time. And there may be some dropouts of the audio. If anything's going to suffer, the first thing that's going to suffer is my audio. You might hear some dropouts. And then you will see also possibly the SDR console screen freeze, although it seemed to be doing pretty good. Let's, I'm going to turn up the audio and let me know if you can hear my radio. Can anybody hear my radio?
The once greatest military power in the world now putting a pin yourself. Opposed, I don't think that's actually brilliant. And you know, Pastor, I got to tell you, the warning signs have been out there. We've had a number of guests on our show over the years.
Now, the one thing I did notice that my laptop, who's showing my video feed every once in a while, is freezing. So the laptop is struggling. Ah, good. Thank you, Ash. Ash told me that he could hear it. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm not surprised the volume is low because I'm using a noise canceling headset. I'm using that to keep the sound of the air conditioner out of the audio. And unfortunately, the speaker for the radio, which is the radio is connected to the computer via USB, and then its output is the speakers that are connected to the computer. These speakers are about 3 feet away from me, so I'm not surprised you can't hear it too well. What I need to do, that's the next project I need to do, is I need to get a little inexpensive mixer so that I can bring in the audio from the computer, which is right now, the audio is the radio, and from my microphone, and then be able to vary those as far as intensity. The other thing I'm going to have to do is this laptop that I'm using, it's an old laptop. It's a HP, who knows? Oh, it's a ZV6000 running XP. The screen on it is, the hinge for the screen, so it's held up by a piece of cloth, string cloth, and it's fixed. So right now, because it's sitting on a table that's low, then the angle that I'm looking at is kind of bad, so I can't see the screen as good as I should. Now, what I could try to do, hopefully don't tip it over, is prop it up at the front with a pair of needle nose pliers and see if that helps. Okay, what are you doing here? We got Jeff, KD50DO, got Brian, Iowa, got Bud Follier, we got Doug's Brett, and I think I covered everybody. So we've got 19 people watching. Holy cow. I'm sorry this is so unprofessional. But anyway, getting back to my original intent was to show you how active the shortwave bands are tonight. This is About 7.5 megahertz. And as you can see, there's a lot of things going on. A lot of stations coming in. I mean, coming in really strong. Let me crank up the volume again, and I'll shut up. I'll let you listen for a while.
Out there, we have a huge fan base that's come out of that. We also play here locally from 7 to 10.
Not sure what that is.
Understanding how a God who is so good and so holy and pure can be with and forgive and love a person so not.
Now, I believe that's out of Nashville, Tennessee also. So that's why it's so strong. And you can see a signal that's way over here in the corner that's like huge. I don't know what that is. Turn the volume back up. Ah, that's a Spanish station, probably in Florida. We've got a lot of Spanish stations on shortwave broadcasting out of Florida or South America or places close to Florida, and they just come booming in. Now let's go to another band. See what's on 31 meters. There's one bug I see in this software. When I switch to another band or another frequency, the spectrum display in the waterfall is shrunk. And so I have to use this button over here to zoom in and out, and it all pops back out again. I don't know what that's about. And there's a huge signal. Look at that. Wow. There is some mammoth signals coming in. I don't know what that is. Another Spanish station that was probably close by. Look at all this stuff. And it comes and goes. So I don't know what's going on here.
Chinese veterans are laying.
Watershed said he wants me to see if there's anything on 10 meters. All right. 10 meters. And as usual, it's pretty quiet. And we're USB. Let me turn the volume up. Boy, there's something right there. Some of this could be bleed over. There's like 3 strong stations coming in, but I can't tune them in. Now, what I'm sure that will be booming in is probably 80 meters. Try 80 meters. Good signal there. Okay, I got some suggestions to go at the top end of 10 meters. So let's choose 10 meters again, and then we'll go up higher. Something there. Yep, there's a station over here. There you go. There you go. Don't know if you can hear it. He's gone now. Yeah, it's come back on this one right here. I can't quite tune that in. Might be on lower sideband for some reason. That was music. That's something bleeding in. As you can see, there's a lot of activity, even way up there at 28 megahertz. Wow, that was a big spike right there. Right over here. That's one of the beauties of using an SDR and using this software is you can see what's going on. Like there was just a burst right here of audio. And if you're just using a standard radio, without this kind of display. Now, some of the newer radios have this kind of display also. You'll miss it. You'll totally miss it, especially if you're down. Excuse me. Especially if you're down in a broadcast band like 31 meters, and you got all this activity going on. My scientists decided they would start draining again. I don't know what this is, where you see these noise level go bananas. Spanish, I believe. Oh, I see in the chat that Local and DX Radio got his book. He was one of the winners of our giveaways. We are doing a series of giveaways on our route to 1,000 shows. So every 10th show now, going to 1,000, we do a giveaway. And all you have to do is to enter is send me an email to trrs73@gmail.com. In the subject, put 1,000th show, and in the text, put the state you live in, because this is limited to the continental United States to keep the shipping costs down. And we have a whole series of books that were given away. They're brand new books. They were donated to me to give away. You could go back to my previous shows, maybe, I think it was show about 935 or thereabouts, is when I announced the giveaway and how it works and everything. So if you haven't entered, please do. You can be a winner also, like Local and DX Radio was, and he got his book. So I didn't start my stopwatch, so I have no idea how long we've been on. But I think I did what I was planning on doing, although it took me an hour and a half to get things working. And it was just to show you that shortwave, right now, the solar flux index has been running much higher than it has there last month. And so reception's been pretty good. Now, I'm getting some kind of noise burst. You can see that waveform all of a sudden get a whole bunch of spikes. I don't know what's causing that. But otherwise, I'm getting some really strong signals. And what I plan on doing is along the lines of this type of show where I'm tuning my radio, is in advance, I will select a bunch of stations that should be on the air and see if we can hear them, and also have the viewers have their radios up and running and see if they can catch it. You know, because I've got viewers that are throughout the world, and depending on where you are, you're going to get different reception. Okay, again, I'm surprised that I'm surprised this old computer is hanging in there and letting me do both the Hangout and run this SDR console software. Could be getting dropouts of the audio. I noticed that on the first one I did about a week ago, there were some audio dropouts. But I think in that show, I think I was doing everything. No, I wasn't. I was going to say I was doing both the monitoring and the broadcasting on the same computer, but I wasn't. So this particular laptop that I got out of the pile right now is working. I need to clean it up. It's got a whole bunch of junk programs. Well, not junk programs, but it's got a whole bunch of programs on it. And it's only got 512 megabytes of memory. I'll see if I can get some more memory in it. That would help it. So I thank everybody that came by to watch. I was planning on starting this at 8 o'clock. It took me till 9 o'clock to get things working. So I didn't give much warning that I was going to do this show tonight. And we'll try to get things set up here so that we can announce, at least I'd like to announce a day in advance that I'm going to do a hangout. So thanks everybody for watching, and bear with me. I'll get this working much better eventually. So we'll say bye-bye, and I'll shut this screen down, and I'll go to my hangout screen, and I'll stop sharing, and that takes me back to the web page. I mean, the webcam, that's another thing I'll be doing is I can record a show for a long period of time, where if I'm doing local screen saving, my software is only good for 10 minutes. So that's another thing I want to do is, show you where I'm testing something. I'm testing antennas, testing this little Fifi SDR, which is working very good. And I was very fortunate that this was given to me, and it's working quite well. I have heard that there is another one called SDR Play, I believe it is, and it's got a super wide bandwidth as far as what you can get on your Spectrum display. I believe you can get, it's either 4 megahertz or 8 megahertz at one time, which would be really super. I'm limited to, I believe, 192 kilohertz with this particular device. So that's the show. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.